Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I have to tell you, Sunday resets are one of my favorite videos to make. It is such a grounding experience to do every week, and today I'm going to take you along with me. We're going to make a giant delicious breakfast for the kids. I've got a lot of cleaning to do. We're going to prep some groceries for the week ahead. I need to do my recipe developments for the week, and we're going to do all of it today together here on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicholsen. I love to share all things homemaking, and I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you're returning, it is so great to see you. Let's jump into this beautiful day.
Lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love.
My Sunday routines will vary depending on if it's summertime, it's winter time, or we are just kind of in an in-between time with kids. So for me, now that we're back in school, my Sunday routines always look the same. While I cook a nice giant breakfast for our families, I always like to take stock of everything in the refrigerator as well as the pantry and get my list of things that I need to either order or go run to the grocery store and pick up. This particular day, my husband usually goes hiking on Sundays, so whichever kid wants to go do that, they typically will do that. It's my day that I like to rest, so I typically won't want to go hiking since I do that Monday through Friday every single morning. But I don't like leaving the house when he's not here, obviously with little kids. And since he took our eldest son, I decided to do a shipped order from Target, and an Instacart just made life a lot easier. So we are going to be getting I did some things from Whole Foods and as well as Target. So that will come later, and we will restock throughout the house. That way I've got everything. I'll share a couple of the recipes we're going to be making this week. And then tonight I'm going to be sharing my homemade macaroni and cheese, which is the creamiest, most delicious mac and cheese you'll ever have. Very easy to make. And then we are also going to be making fried chicken, which is so delicious and so good. You guys are going to absolutely love it.
Remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that.
While I love always making a nice big breakfast for my kids, I also love to use Wild Grain, who is also kindly sponsored today's video. If you aren't familiar, let me tell you a little bit more about them because I just love them. It is my favorite time of the month, and this particular Wild Grain box was very exciting because this is their fall box, which came with their pumpkin donuts and their pumpkin cinnamon biscuits. If you aren't familiar with Wild Grain, they are the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. I love that they partner with small bakeries and pasta makers across the country. One of the things I really value about this company is I can have incredible things like waffles, sourdough breads. I love their croissants. I can have any of that frozen to the table in 25 minutes with no mess. I can do all kinds of things. We made chicken and biscuits for our kids, and I just love that there's so many different variations, especially their fall one, because you guys know I am obsessed with all things fall. You can also build your own box. Wild Grain is fully customizable and constantly adding new seasonal things like these delicious pumpkin cinnamon biscuits. My kids absolutely devoured those. It was so easy to make, and it also came with that wonderful frosting to put on top. We also did have the pumpkin donuts for breakfast, and our kids absolutely love those as well. They're healthy and delicious, freshly warmed up in the oven. It was so yummy. And then one of the fun things I did with their croissants, I like to put them in a waffle maker. It makes them so crunchy. I added some mascarpone cheese and then did kind of like a deconstructed apple pie on top with some caramel. Oh my goodness, you'll have to wait for that recipe in a future video. That was so good. If you are like me and you love and enjoy fresh pastries, breads, pastas, I highly recommend checking out Wild Grain. I get an order from them every month, and I absolutely love everything they send. It is so easy to incorporate in all the different meals. Oftentimes, I don't even have to think about making any of this stuff ahead of time because it only takes 25 minutes. You can use the link down in the description box. Today, they are offering us $30 off your first box plus free croissant for life. Thank you so much to Wild Grain for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on with this beautiful day. While the kids are eating breakfast, I like to tidy up the kitchen from everything that was messy, sometimes from the night before and through breakfast. I will say, if you are a busy mom, I have 4 kids, so I always try to find different sources like Factor and Wild Grain and things like that to support things that I like to keep in the house, especially on weeks like this where I am super busy and I need like a quick grab and go lunch for myself and or one of my kids, as well as I'm not a big baker. Like I've shared that quite a bit on my channel. I went through a phase of trying to make bread. It just doesn't bring me any joy. So I really, really do value places like Wild Grain where I can get all of those things for my kids. And like they had waffles in that kit that were incredible that I can just give to my kids real quick. So again, highly recommend that if you are like me and you don't find joy in doing things like making your own sourdough or just things like that. I just don't have the interest in it. But as I was able to put my weekly plan together, now with a fresh box of Wild Grain, I had lots of good recipes. I was watching the game and my son had Wingstop the night before. I have to say, I love Wingstop. We just discovered it. Didn't even know what it was. That was the new Chipotle. It is so crunchy with that ranch is, oh my goodness, chef's kiss. He had like 3 left over and I watched the football game and just enjoyed those to the max. I don't know if you haven't had Wingstop, but you do like that, like all the different flavors and stuff, I highly recommend it. It was just so good. And I just love a good Sunday with the game on and the kids are chilling and it's just so calm in the house. I get to reset everything, wake up on Monday, ready to do the weekly grind with 4 kids. And there's just something so lovely about, a big oversized sweater, cozy socks, the football game is on, my candles are going, the kids are all relaxed, my husband's puttering in the garage. It just, I don't know, for me, that's just like the pinnacle of good living. So today we are going to do all the things. I want to get this kitchen tidied up. I do also have a couple really great recipes I've been playing around with that I'm going to be sharing with you in an upcoming video that is specific for a nice, good, cozy fall meal that I think you're just going to love. I haven't been filming this series at all, but as of lately, I've been going around the house, literally cabinet by cabinet, pantry, and putting things into systems. And it feels really good because I had just finished decluttering this kitchen the other day and just giving like bowls a space and Pyrex a space and all of my I love like all of my food storage containers are now in a spot in the pantry. And when I was taking this stuff out of the dishwasher, it was so cathartic to just know that everything had a specific place. The hardest part of decluttering, I would say, in a large house with a lot of different people is everybody else needs to know the system. And so that's been kind of what I've been focusing on as of recent, of just helping my husband or my kids understand where things go. And once they kind of got the hang of like where things are supposed to be, I feel like the system is working. It has been really, really good. We definitely do have help. I have somebody that helps me in the house a couple times a week, change out. We have 5 beds in the house and I'm not going to do all of the beds. I can't, we vacuum every other day. Like it's a lot to do in one sitting. And again, these are things that I cannot always do on my own. So I've shared that many times. You guys know we have somebody that helps us, but, I like to do the things I love to do. So I love being in my kitchen. I love cleaning my kitchen. I love cleaning the main spaces. I like decorating these spaces. I like cooking in here. I like food prepping. So while she is oftentimes upstairs, kind of resetting the upstairs, I can be down here doing the things that bring me joy and just keeps things flowing and clean up there as well. And I also don't film up there. So just FYI, that's I probably will never film up there. I don't see any reason why I would share my kids' bedrooms, but she helps me a lot up there, which is really great. Anyway, I digress. Here are all the things I had delivered from Whole Foods. I didn't film this, like restocking the pantry because it was so dark in there, but I did restock just, dry goods in there. My kids actually helped me do that. But here are all of the fresh things we got for all the recipes. We did a Thai beef salad. We did a couple of really, really fun, delicious recipes this week that I will be sharing in future videos. So if you like that type of content, definitely hit the subscribe button. Totally free. Would love to have you join my channel. Okay, guys, let's get this refrigerator clean and restocked. Oh, and those jalapenos I pickled a couple weeks ago, we've already finished one jar of them, so we're definitely going to have to do more of those because those were incredible, so easy to make. I'm having so much fun pickling things. Like, I've never done that before, and it's just been great. Chickens are still laying. Life is good. Let's keep on with this Sunday reset. I'd love to know in the comments down below if you are a food prepper or meal prepper, and I highly recommend these food storage containers. They are so much better than the click-in ones. I'm going to link them down below because I'm so obsessed. I have them in many different shapes and sizes. I just ordered another set of them and they are so easy to clean. The way the top suctions on, I just feel like my food stays fresh. I had dill in here for 2 weeks that was still fresh, which is I'm just here to say if you're looking for really, really good food storage containers, definitely click on these. They were a great price and the quality was just incredible. I have switched a lot of my food prep stuff over from plastic to glass. So that's something else to keep in mind. They're not plastic. I don't think I have any plastic food storage containers other than the kids' bento boxes. But anyway, they're really, really great. So if you're looking for those, please check out the links down below because they're just awesome. But anyway, I'd love to know if you are a food prepper and or a meal prepper. I did go through a series of time when I was meal prepping, but now that I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, I see no reason to prep the meals. I've got plenty of time to cook, and I also like to cook with my kids as well. So for me, I just find that cooking meals day by day is great, but meal prep or food prepping is really, really important for me so that I can cut down on the morning time. So getting fruit and all their lunch stuff prepped, and then things like herbs, onions, garlic, that type of stuff that I will use throughout the week. So I don't have to spend every single night while I'm prepping dinner or preparing dinner rather, prepping things like that. So I always try to do what do I know I'm going to need a lot of this week? I try to chop up those herbs. I know that we're going to have 2 different kale salads this week. I have one that is like a fall walnut persimmon salad with a toasted bacon dressing that I'm going to do. I'll definitely share that. And then the other one was the Thai beef salad. So I already knew I would need those things. I knew that the kids would need fruit. I did cut up some watermelon for them. It's now around lunchtime. And because I had that Wingstop, I was craving more chicken. So I am going to be making fried chicken tonight, and I'll share with you how to make the best fried chicken ever. Also, I have my window open here in my office. Can you hear the chickens outside? They're having such a lovely morning. If you want to give them some lovies, give this video a thumbs up. Now that we have everything for next week prepped, it was afternoon time. The kids had already eaten. We made barbecued cheeseburgers and just hot dogs and whatnot. So that was done. I wanted to get some ice cream out. We did end up making two different types of ice cream. We did a bubblegum ice cream and then a cake ice cream, both of which were big hits. The kids loved them. We did a little taste test. So we will for sure be making that again. I realize I haven't made a recipe card for how I make ice cream. This ice cream, so basically how this machine doesn't make the ice cream for you. You make the ice cream, you freeze it, and then you can put it in this, and this is what makes it soft and just creamy and delicious. I also love that there's an add-in feature, so I keep enough space in there so I can add in any type of flavor. I can take vanilla ice cream and turn it into like 150 different ice creams if I wanted to. So I will link that down below too. It is so much fun. I'm going to do a crispy apple pie ice cream soon. And anyway, I'll share all of that with you. It's just, our family loves ice cream. So I can't even imagine how many fun fall and Halloween Christmas ones we can make together. So if you're looking for that, highly recommend. And then I know that there's actual ice cream makers, but I just really like this because I can do these little pints of different flavors. We have a lot of fun. The kids did a little taste test. And while the bubblegum ice cream is my favorite, as you all know, the kids loved the cake flavor. That was their favorite. That was the winner of the day. So if you guys are looking for some fun ideas for ice cream, highly recommend checking out that ice cream mixing machine because it is so much fun. Now that I have everything prepped for next week, I have my schedule ready to go. The kitchen is now cleaned after breakfast and lunch. I'm going to go hang out with the kids there in the pool, and then I will come back and I'm going to share with you tonight's dinner, which again was inspired by Wingstop. I did not flavor the fried chicken, but I definitely want to share this recipe because it is a really, really easy way to make fried chicken. I will have it linked down below. Basically, you're going to use flour and cornstarch. It is that simple. You mix it together. I usually do a cup of flour to 1/4 cup of cornstarch. So for this recipe, because I was doing quite a bit, I doubled that. So it will give it the crunchiest flavor. And then I have our chicken's eggs that we picked up today, and we are going to add that into one bowl, the flour and cornstarch mixed to another bowl, and then I have a whole thing of canola oil going that I'm just going to put into a Dutch oven and bring up to a low heat. You don't want, I feel like I say this all the time, but low and slow when you're making anything really, especially if you're going to be frying something like this, because otherwise you're going to burn all the brown bits in there and it's going to give it a really bad flavor, not to mention it's going to burn. So low and slow, take your time, put the game on, put a podcast on, listen to some music, enjoy the process of cooking. I always tell my kids, when I cook for my kids, the meal is a quiet I love you. So I try to think about that when I'm making food for them. I love that roasted chicken spice. I will link it down below. It's so good. It's my favorite. I put it on everything. Okay, so how to do this. I dipped the chicken. I just took chicken breasts. You can tenderize them and cut them into little strips. I put them in the flour, then in the egg, back in the flour, and then we aren't going to overcrowd the pot. We're just going to add maybe 2 or 3 in there at a time and let them cook. As you can see, if there's oil popping out of this, it's too much. You have to turn it down, but you just want it low and slow. Give it about 7 minutes until it's golden brown, and then we're just going to do that in batches. While that's happening, I'm going to start making the mac and cheese because that also sounded really good. So I did a little bit of macaroni elbow pasta, and we're going to create a roux. So for the macaroni and cheese, a roux is really good. I don't know if you guys watch Schitt's Creek, but it's one of my favorite shows. I just absolutely love this show. But anyway, it makes me think of that time that Moira and David were making they're enchiladas, but she calls them enchiladas. And she kept telling him to fold the cheese. And he said, I don't know how to fold cheese. Well, we're going to be folding cheese today. So how you do a really, really good roux is you're going to take flour and we're going to add butter until it makes it into a paste. So once you have your butter melted, you're gonna add your flour and just whisk that together. And then we're gonna break it down with some milk and let that come to a very slow simmer. This is gonna be the base. It's gonna allow that cheese to just envelop that macaroni and create the most mouth-watering, cheesiest mac and cheese. Like, this is the only way to do it. And it's so simple. I know it seems like extra steps, but it's really, really simple. Our chicken is looking great. We're almost done with we have a couple more batches to do, but look at how the oil is not turning super dark. It's staying golden brown. That's good. It's so crunchy. I cannot wait to show you how this turns out. Okay, while our chicken is cooking, we are going to start folding in the cheese, if you will. And with this, I'm just brought that milk to a very, very slow, warm simmer. You don't want it boiling, because it will burn. And then we're just going to fold in our cheddar cheese until it all melts. Then we're going to throw in the pasta that I already cooked. You can add a little bit of pasta water in here if you find that it's a little bit too thick. But other than that, that's how easy it is to make the most delicious mouth-watering macaroni and cheese you've ever had. Here is how dinner turned out. I did have a little ranch left over from Wingstop. Super crunchy, super easy to make, just delicious fried chicken and macaroni and cheese. We did have a little side salad. I don't know why I didn't film that, but let's just give this video a thumbs up for that chicken. It looks so good. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Sunday Reset. We are prepped and ready to go for a week ahead. Let's start it strong tomorrow on Monday together here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye.